Don King.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the promoter. Con. Here I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes.
Right, so I'm disgusted in myself. That's what that abhor means.
Yeah.
And I repent. Because when you actually see your old self, it's a disgusting person. See? That's why it says, I rebuke and chasten all them that... And rebuke means to push you away. Chasten means put pressure on you. And then it says, remember you read it in Revelation 3, it says, be zealous therefore and repent, return to me. And that's what he did. He returned to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Everything was telling him that God hates you, you know. Even his wife, remember? She said, curse God and die.
Oh yeah, Con. She didn't understand.
No, but that's what he's saying. I abhor myself for the thoughts I had, because he didn't understand what was going on.
Oh yeah, Con, yeah. That's why he said he wished he wouldn't have been born, you know.
Right. But that's why the Lord, he knows that we're just the dust of the earth. He's not going to put us in what we can't handle.
Con. And it was so that after the Lord Yahweh had spoken these words unto Job, and the Lord Yahweh said to Eliphaz the Temanite, my wrath is kindled against thee.
Right. So he was pretty much telling that he's mad at him.
Oh, Con.
Why? You know? Because really he was persecuting Job.
Con.
Let me grab this real quick. This is Psalms 103 verse 14. For he knoweth our frame, he remembereth that we are dust. See? Really, that's all we are, is dust.
Con.
You know, we're mortal men. We die like mortal men. Though we be gods, right now we're just mortal men.
Con.
And that's what he knew about Job. But how do you make a mortal man stronger? You put him in adversity.
Con. And that's going to happen to his hopeful elect, because you know we got Jacob trouble here, you know, and there's going to be a lot of temptation. You're going to have to resist that, you know. You're going to have to be hard soldiers, you know. You're going to have to do, and some won't make it, you know, but you know, not many, you know. Is kindled against thee and against thy two friends, for ye have not spoken of me the things that is right, as my servant Job hath.
Right. So do the heathen talk right about the Lord? No. But see, this is before the promise that they were going to be destroyed. This is in their time to still rule, you know. So, like King David, he wanted to kill all the Edomites. But the Lord had to have him repent. Because if he killed all the Edomites, they wouldn't be around today to fulfill their purpose.
Oh yeah, fine.
So this is the same thing. It ain't like the Lord's dealing with these Edomites. He's saying, I want to kill you, but so that I don't kill you, you better pray for Job. Serve Job so he could pray for me. Remember Pharaoh in Egypt. When the plagues came upon Egypt, didn't he tell Moses, go and pray for us, that the Lord would stop these plagues? And the Lord would when Moses would ask him to.
Oh, fine.
See? It's not because the Lord's with the heathen.
No.
He's with us. He's for us. He created us for his sake.
And Most High, he's in balance, you know, of everything. You know?
Right. And see, the heathen, they still have to remain. Otherwise, really, it says in the Apocrypha that we would be able to actually rise up against them and kill them with our bare hands. That's how strong we are. That's why they got a gun and we got these weak bodies. Because, so we don't kill them. See? Because otherwise the Lord will put it in us to fucking bang their heads in. See? But the Lord has it where his play has to play out, you know? These scriptures are prophecy. And all the prophecies have to be met. If he kills all these Edomites, well, who's gonna be destroyed after 1,000 years then? So he has to, and when you burn flesh, it tells you in the law that pleases the Lord's anger. Because how is he gonna destroy these heathen? By fire.
Con.
So when he was making those animal sacrifices, even for the Israelites, he smelt burning flesh, which smelt good to him.
Odor, huh?
Yeah, which there's going to be a day where there's burning flesh when America hits nuclear missiles hit America.
Con.
That's what he's talking about. So that I could wait until then. See, you know how like you get hungry and you'll have a snack before dinner or something? Just not for dinner, but just to hold you over. That's what the Lord's doing with these sacrifices. Let me just hold me over till that day of that nuclear destruction, and then I'll be all right. Go ahead.
Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourself a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly.
See? Unless I kill you.
Con.
See? But it don't mean that he's praying for that, man.
No.
Hey, the Lord's with him. It's just to keep him where he don't kill that man yet.
Oh, yeah. Con.
See?
And if he didn't do that,
He'd kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't be able to hold back.
Con. In that ye have not spoken of me the things which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went and did according as the Lord Jehovah commanded them. The Lord Jehovah also accepted Job. And the Lord Jehovah turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord Jehovah gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Mm-hmm.
Then came there unto him all his brethren, and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him. And
Right. Where were they before, though? See?
Yep.
And really, that's the Lord that does that. When you find yourself being alone,
Oh, Con.
the Lord is doing that to you so that you can focus on Him.
And comforted him over all the evil that the Lord Jehovah had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold.
Right. Just like when the Israelites came out of Egypt. Didn't the Egyptians give them all kinds of gold?
Oh, yeah, Con.
That's how they built that golden calf.
Con.
See? Abraham, when he came, remember they raped Sarah, the king?
Oh, yeah.
He took her from Abraham. He gave Abraham all those animals, making him rich.
Oh, Con.
And that's what happened to Job. All these heathen gave him wealth. See, what's going to happen to us after we overcome this? We're going to get all kinds of wealth. The heathen are going to bring us all their wealth.
Con.
This is going to happen to us just like Job. See? These heathen are going to literally beg for us to love them. You know what I mean?
They're going to be in total fear.
Right? Because we're going to have that upper hand now.
Con. So the Lord Jehovah blesseth the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he called the name of the first Jemina, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karen Hapuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their fathers gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days.
Con. And Job represents Israel.
Con.
See? Now go to Isaiah 33. Start with verse 1. Because that's what's going to happen. We're going to get payback. See, are we going to make ourselves rich? No. The Lord's going to make us rich. And He's going to take the wealth from the heathen and give it to us.
What verse was that?
Verse 1.
Oh, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee, that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, and who has dealt treacherously with us?
Esau.
Esau and these other nations, right?
Gone.
And they spoiled us, and they haven't been spoiled for spoiling us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Job was robbed. That's a spoil.
Mm-hmm.
See? So the Lord, He's going to actually do the same to them, where we're going to be able to get over on them.
Gone.
But right now, we got to endure our suffering right now.
Mm-hmm. Gone. Which places?
So, yeah, trading places.
Mm-hmm. When thou
So, just so that everybody knows, the Eliphaz and Job, the Temanite, which is an Edomite, and then let me get the other one so we know what nations these are, okay? Because it goes back to Psalms 83. They are confederate against thee. Bilidad, the Shahitite, or let me see how they say it.
Strong's H 7747. Shuash. Shuash.
It says Shuan. Go ahead. I'll find it and I'll bring it up.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord Jehovah, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. Mm-hmm. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without. The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. The highway lie waste. The wayfaring man ceaseth. He had broken the covenant. He had despised the cities. He regarded no man.
Right. So the Shahite, it says a southeastern Palestinian. Zoar, which is south of the Dead Sea, which those could have been either Edomites, Moabites, Hamites. See? So the other nations, Psalms 83, they are confederate against you. So now that these nations are against us, our Lord is against them.
Gone.
What you just read. See? Everything's right now, everything looks like we're in trouble.
Gone.
It's called Jacob's Trouble for a reason. See? I just showed you the video. They said the jab is more likely to kill so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Which are who? The Israelites.
Gone.
Who did Job represent? Israel. And you have all these heathen. See, and you have Jake that are friends with heathen now. Being in America.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're neighbors to the heathen. They work with the heathen. They marry the heathen.
Yeah, God, they're just blending in with them.
Right. So, that's why there has to be a sword. The Lord doesn't bring peace right now. He brings a sword.
Gone. And you got the sellouts, you know.
Right. So that's why there's going to be a time of pretty much division. That's what that chip is for. Mm-hmm. It's to separate the Lord's people from the world.
Gone. The wicked from the righteous.
Right. The sheep from the goat. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the goat and the sheep are related. I was looking that up. Mm. So a lamb is a 1-year-old sheep. Anything above 1 year old is no longer a lamb, it's a sheep.
And the goat?
The goat is pretty much like the cousin or the brother to the sheep. They're the same, but different, you know. So that's kind of spiritual that the Lord it's not kind of, it is real spiritual that the Lord uses the sheep and the goat. You know, the goat, he's going to set aside and keep the sheep for himself.
Mephibosheth, Lebanon is ashamed and hewed down. Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan and Carmel shake off their fruits. Now will I rise, saith the Lord Jehovah. Now will I exalt. Now will I be exalted. Now will I lift up myself.
Right? So he's going to lift himself up to do what? To fight. Go to Psalms 83 real quick.
Psalms 83. Verse 1.
Yeah, you can start with it.
Psalm 83, verse 1. A song of Psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
See, so they rised up against us. We didn't rise up against them. We don't have no power to. It's them that rised up against us. See, it raised up the head. The head is who? Esau. Just like that Temanite.
And that's what they're doing now in this at this time and age, you know.
Right.
They're coming up against the
Right.
chicks.
They're coming up against us.
They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
And see, when you're working with them, beside them, they're all right with you. They're like, all right, yeah, you do your job and you be good, little nigga.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as you say, hey, I'm poor, I need mine, what's mine, I'm an Israelite, they don't like that. You know, they want to be seen as the one that is in need. It says that they say they are impoverished.
They don't want you to speak up.
No.
You know, they want you to be a doormat.
If anything, they want you to have, say you have enough and more. Because then you don't have no complaints. Because if you complain, guess who your complaint goes to? The Lord. And guess who it's against? Esau. He's the wicked that ruled the world. That's why they don't want you complaining. They want you to go to work, love your job, be a happy little slave. See? Like Job. Job was happy. He had his wealth. He had his family. He had no complaint until the Lord took all that away from him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then he didn't have no family to help him. He had no health. And then eventually his so-called heathen friends were talking shit on him.
Oh yeah,
See? So that's why the Lord does this. He's going to bring us in Jacob's trouble so that we could curse these heathen. See? You got to understand that. It's not so that we could be destroyed. It's so that we could destroy these heathen.
Recompensation, you know.
Right? Let me grab this real quick before you go on. This is Psalms 12, verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighting of the needy, now will I arise, saith Yahweh. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. See, now that we're crying out that we're the Israelites, we're oppressed. It says oppression makes a wise man mad. Now Esau don't like that. Now he wants to kill the witnesses. We're considered the two witnesses. And what are we witnessing? The murder of our people. The robbery of our people. The molestation of our people. See, we're crying out against Esau and these other nations for molesting our people, for killing our people, the Israelites. And so what do they want to do? What do you do when you don't want the witness to speak? You kill him. See, and that's what Esau's planning. Jacob's story. He's like, we got to kill these niggas. Kill these pigs. They're crying out. That's why they put the mask on your face. They tell you they don't want you speaking out. See? Look at Australia. Why you think they don't want you to be out there protesting? You know, they said they're trying to protect you and your house, but they're killing you?
Yeah.
There's another motive underneath what they're really telling you. See? If they don't want us crying to our power. It says the words of Yahweh are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, puffed 7 times, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Yahweh, thou shalt preserve them from the generation forever. And that's what we are. We're attached to those words. The Spirit is within us, and so He will preserve us. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Let me grab one more before you go on. Because this just points that out. It says they're scared because we're standing on our feet. Revelation 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. See? Why are they afraid of us standing on our feet prophesying? Because the prophecy is Esau's downfall. See?
What was that again? Isaiah?
No, Psalms 83.
Oh, Psalms. I hit that wrong button there. Psalms 83, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get that. Verse.
Let me go. I'll get another one before you get that real quick,
Okay.
since you're looking for that one. This is Psalms, I believe it's 64. Alright. It says, Psalm 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. The wicked are who? The Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that word insurrection goes back to tumult, which is in Psalms 83. That they have made a tumult against thee. Which that is a loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
One, they're putting out woe unto them that decree wicked decrees. And also prescribed grievousness. And also they made that missile to kill us.
Yeah.
It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. See, they're seeing us stand on our feet and they want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we're crying out about the suffering of our people. See, remember when Moses and Aaron went into Pharaoh and said, let my people go. He said, well, who is this Yahweh that I should listen to you? Because remember, Pharaoh said he was God.
Right.
And that's what Esau's doing. They're saying they're God. And you got to obey them and not your God. See, so we're in a repeat of ancient Egypt again. Babylon, they made him bow before the golden stature of Nebuchadnezzar. See? They're doing the same thing as the heathen did in the past.
And they're taking rights away.
Right?
You know?
Well, they say the poor man don't have no right.
Right.
Money is what buys you the right.
Right.
See? And that's why when you got money and you're doing good, they're all right with you. All right, we'll go eat dinner with you. You can eat at John Elway's Steakhouse. But as soon as you're broke, they don't want you around.
And look what they did to Oprah when she went over there to the UK. They didn't want her money. They said, you can't shop here.
Right, because there's a certain level of Edom that they don't want you at all. Because you're seen as anyone that's involved with you is a race trader. All right? These American Edom, that's why they're going to blow up America. All these Edomites that are neighbors, or they go to the same restaurant as you, eating off the same spoon, they're race traders to the elite. See, the elite don't do that. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee.
Against who? Against the Israelite. The elite of Edom, all right, what you call the Illuminati. That's why in that movie Shazam, he had that ball of light, and he went into his eye. Remember, they always have that one eye. Like on the dollar, the all-seeing eye. And then they call themselves the Illuminati, which goes to the enlightened one. So the Illuminati is confederate with the other nations against the Israelite. That's why they're saying that jab it's a bioweapon.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. A lot of ignorant people are going to be taking it, you know.
Yeah, and who's paying all these pharmacists and these, you know, the...
Yeah.
What do they call them? The pharmaceutical companies.
Doctors.
Yeah, and that's a lot of money. It's coming out of the elite. And see, what they're using is actually tax dollars.
Yep.
They're not using their own money.
Yeah. And that's a scam.
Yeah.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites
So, for Edom is the first one, which is the so-called white man.
Con.
All right, he's not white; he's red.
Con.
Okay.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites of Moab. And when you go into the men that were with Job, that were pretty much persecuting him while he was down, it goes into Zoar and Shahite, right? Zoar is right there, where you would see Moab. See? And the Ishmaelite of Moab, the Saudi Arabian, all right? You got the Palestinian, you got the Afghanistan. See? Go ahead.
Of Moab and the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes, or the Hagarnes, is like I said, but the Hagarenes, Hagar is the mother of Ishmael. See? So those are another form of Ishmael, Arabs. Once again, you got the Arabs of Saudi Arabia, because this is the continent of Asia. Alright? Israel is on the continent of Asia, not Africa. Alright? So you got the Saudi Arabians, you got the Afghanistanians, you got the Palestinians. Go ahead.
Jebal and Ammon.
Right, Gabal is the Edomite. Ammon is the Japanese.
And Amalek.
And Amalek, the Edomite Jewish. Go ahead.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Which is the Africans, the Hamites.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Because you got to remember, who came in on Job were those Hamites. See, they came in on Job and took his shit. So all these nations are against us, just like Job. And we're in weak bodies. See, we're poor. And what? Your wife is pretty much at war against you. See?
They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah.
Selah. They have hope in the... That's why you hear in the news, China is going to come and take over. They're the ones putting it in. Who is? Who controls the media? Right here. Go to the Apocrypha. We'll go ahead and we'll get in that. And get 2nd Ezra. We'll start at 16 and 1, and then we'll go to 15.
2nd Ezra 16:1.
Yeah. All right. So the Lord's against all these heathen. All these heathen. He ain't with no heathen nation. Like, he's with the Israelite. All right. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 1.
Oh, and you said the Assyr in there in 83. That was the Assyrian, which you got to remember the Babylonians after the Hamites, because Babylon was first with the Ham. Can't remember his name, but he's the one that built the Tower of Babel, which is in Genesis 11. Because the Lord ain't with a new world order. He ain't with a one world order. Right here it says Nimrod. Nimrod. He was the one that built that Tower of Babel. Alright? Which was a Hamite. Alright? And also the Chaldeans, when they were taken over by the Assyrians, which is Ashur in Psalms 83. So all these heathen, the Lord ain't with them. He's with the Israelite, which Job was an Israelite. Job right now would be back right now prophesying if he's in the flesh. He's of the elect. If he's in the spirit world, he's praying for the Lord to save us. Alright? But these heathen that are around about us, that persecute us, that talk shit about us, the Lord ain't with them.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Right. So Babylon is who? America. Woe means what? Destruction to.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, he's telling you that he ain't with these other nations.
Con.
Woe unto Babylon and Asia. Asia is who? China, Moab, Japan, Ammon. All these Arab nations that are in the land of Asia. Asia is a continent, not a country. Remember that. It's not a country, it's a continent.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes back to all those heathen that are in our promised land, that are in the continent of Asia, which includes the Arabs, the Hamites. Okay, go ahead.
Con. Gird up yourselves with cloth.
Oh, and who else was it? Egypt and
Asia,
Syria.
I mean Egypt and Syria.
Right, which is all that Middle East. Which is Matthew 24. They're going to be destroyed. Yahweh Shai was prophesying it when he was here. He was telling them. That's why when the disciples at the time, which were apostles,
Con.
he told them about the temple. They were bragging about the temple. It says right here in Matthew 24 verse 1, for Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple, because the temple was beautiful. It was covered in gold, right? It says, and Yahweh Shai said unto them, and you got to remember who built the temple? King Solomon.
Con.
And they rebuilt it after the Babylonian captivity. And so it was a beautiful temple, man. It was beautiful. But it says, and Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? And see, that shows the Lord ain't worried about this physical shit. Because if he was worried about it, he would have saved that temple.
Con.
Verily, I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. So he was talking about the destruction of Israel.
Con.
It's going to get hit with nuclear fire. It's going to get hit with chariot fire. It goes into on 2nd Ezra 13. The Lord is going to hit that place hard, man. Because you got all them bastards in that land. All those heathen that are against us.
Con.
Go ahead.
Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children, sons, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
See? So with Job, he told him, go give Job some things so that he'll pray for you, right? So I don't move on you, pretty much.
Con.
Now, he don't tell the heathen that. He says, go enjoy your kids, because I'm about to fuck you up, man. It's a whole different spirit.
Yep. Con.
Let me get this real quick. It says, watch, because this just shows you what these heathen do. In Exodus 9, verse 27, and Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron and said unto them, I have sinned this time. Yahweh is righteous,